Hey guys, turn on your lantern, get your side snacks ready because we're gonna spill the Big Brother events information that has been happening in the house the past weeks. My name's Lance,
And I'm Jayla.
and this is Side Snacks. Get cozy and let's get right into it. What do you want to
Lance,
talk
how's it
about?
been going?
It's been going great. We haven't done this in forever. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
We
Didn't we
said we are gonna
start
do
so?
it every time an episode came out, but now we're like 2 weeks in. Two people are evicted already.
I know.
We got so much to talk about.
I know. Honestly, are you surprised
Surprised about what?
that haven't stuck to a schedule?
Not surprised at all. I thought we
Me
could,
neither.
but I guess
Obviously, we're
things
just both.
happen.
Yeah, we're just both busy people. It's just, I guess it's just normal. I don't know. All right. So where do you want to even start? Where do we begin?
We can. Do you want to start with the first week? Who was
Okay.
put on the block? Do you even remember that? That was so long
Yeah,
ago.
it was Nicole and David. They were on the block. Memphis put them up. And it was just, well, it was Cody.
Nicole and
Cody was the
David.
first.
Wait, wasn't it Kevin and
Yes, it was Kevin and Keisha.
Keisha?
Week
Okay,
that was week
that
two.
was
I'm
week.
thinking about Kevin and David.
That
Was
we'll
it?
get to that
We'll
later.
get to that. Yeah.
So much to talk about that. But Kevin and Keisha, I knew Keisha
Yeah,
was out the door the minute they got
it
called up.
happened. Yeah, she just wasn't fighting for her life. Like, Kevin was definitely putting in the work with other
Yeah,
house
trying to
guests.
get the votes, even though he's clearly gonna
Exactly.
be the safe one.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
in that situation, yeah,
And I just felt like her association with Nicole and Jeanette, with Kaser and Janelle, were just killing her game
yeah,
because everyone in the house is just like so against them. It's pretty crazy.
pretty crazy. I don't understand why. I mean, I like it's just like I think Janelle and Kesar are the chill town of this season, but worse.
Wow. What a bold statement. You're not like completely off base though. I think that they hate them because, okay, so you didn't know, there's Nicole Anthony and Nicole Franzel, right? Nicole Franzel is the blonde one. And Nicole and Janelle have beef outside the house, which is like real tea. So basically, they went on The Amazing Race. Have you ever watched that show? I've never really.
Never.
Okay, me neither. But apparently, like they had beef on The Amazing Race because Nicole Franzel betrayed Janelle's friend, and so Janelle still holds a beef from that for her friend, right? So
Wait, Nicole
now
betrayed or Janelle betrayed?
Nicole betrayed Janelle's
Janelle's
friend.
friends. And why does Nicole have
Yeah.
beef?
Well, Janelle and Nicole, well, okay, so I think Janelle was upset with her initially, and then Nicole just started feeling the vibes and like feeling the energy. And so now she's like emotional and upset and all in her feelings about Janelle not liking her.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
that kind of like started the whole hate of Janelle and Kaser in the house because Nicole Franzel's in a lot of like alliances.
alliances, yes.
Yeah, quote unquote, because there's like the whole
There's
house
so
is
many
in an
alliances.
alliance. Yeah, like the whole house is in an alliance, and it's just like issues. But yeah, I think that's where it all starts at. Is that situation?
Yeah, but it's sad to see Keisha go. Do you mind telling the viewers like what happened in her season?
So okay, so Keisha, she was actually voted America's favorite player in BB10. She played with Dan Giesling, which if you're a fan of the show, Dan Giesling, Dan's funeral,
Dan's
um,
funeral.
Dan's funeral, Lance. You still need to watch. It's so
Still need to watch
interesting.
it.
Yeah, and so she has definitely some, BB super fans that are kind of on her side, and yeah, she's iconic for her birthday, where everyone was just screaming at each other, and so the whole house is a lot of tension, and they all gather around to sing her this dull and unhappy like happy birthday song. And after they just all finish screaming, and she's in the middle of like drama, and it's just like the most saddest moment. So that's just like one of the kind of more memorable moments that Keisha's had on the show. And she used to be really good at competitions, but that was like 10 years. So
Yeah.
now she's gotten older
I feel
and
like she's fragile.
yeah, things just don't work the same, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, that's Keisha's BB history. She wasn't really a strategist. She was more of there for like personality, and she was very loyal player.
Very loyal. But that
Mhm.
seems like it would bite you in the butt with this cast.
I know. They're all very like telling everyone what they want to hear, and it's just like no real alliances. I think Janelle and Kaiser kind of said it best. Like there's no there's no clear divide in the house, and it makes it so much easier to know who you're with, when there's a line drawn in the sand, and there definitely is not one drawn at all.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Kevin.
And
I feel he's put on that emotion. I don't know if that emotion was real or fake, but I didn't buy it.
yeah, his personality, he's definitely he's a whiny person, I mean,
He's like, I
yeah,
didn't get it my way. Wah.
yeah,
Wario.
yeah, he's not the most entertaining to watch, but I mean, I guess he gets the job done. He's avoided eviction, and
Mm-hmm.
the house, kept him in and kept him safe. So, and he doesn't seem to be like in immediate danger right now, but I could see him being a pawn for the rest of the season. And
Yes, I can see
pawns,
that. The Chicken
yeah.
George of this era.
Honestly, and pawns go home. So,
Pawns go
he
home.
yeah, he's definitely in a risk of something there, but right now he's not like the top of the hit list.
Yes. But Keisha's gone. That's basically everything that happened the first week, right?
Yeah, it was pretty like uneventful. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't really much that happened. It was just Janelle kind of spilling the beans on past seasons, which was all the tea, and I loved
See.
it. But yeah, that was about it.
But who won the veto? Do you remember?
It was Enzo that won,
Enzo. And he
and
didn't
Kevin.
use it.
Yeah, and Kevin actually chose him when he got house guest choice. But it
Yeah.
was like yeah, it was actually, but it was like I don't know who else to choose. I don't really have anyone who would use it on me in the house, so he just chose Enzo because he thought Enzo would lose. And Enzo from his season is not the same Enzo, which is really interesting to see that he actually, as he's gotten older, he's actually better at competitions.
He's the meow meow.
He's the meow meow.
Still don't like I'll get the reference, but I just like can't connect. Like I don't know the behind the story.
So he actually like told. You want me to tell you
It
what
was
it's
like the
about?
it was like you already told me like the beast. Wait, what were the four things?
Okay, the brigade.
The
Yeah, that's
brigade.
like the house. That's like the house thing. But the reason why he's the meow meow and like why he chose that and why he like self proclaimed himself that is because when he had this one girl, like this was years ago, obviously. Like he played Big Brother like 10 years ago. So this happened a few years before Big Brother, for his first time. And he was in this car with this girl and a few of his friends, and she was like a little tipsy, and he was like saying something, and she was like, yeah, meow meow, like he was just giving excuses. So from his friends from that point forward started saying like in passing, yeah, meow meow, just as like a joke, I guess. It just became an inside joke. So then he used that in his alliance and called himself the
The
meow
meow
meow.
meow.
Yeah. So the story is a little funny,
That's
but
funny. Kind of cute.
yeah,
Cute,
I know, I
quirky.
get it. Yeah, once I heard the story, I was like, wow, that makes so much more sense. And I actually like the name more now that I
Yeah.
know a little bit more story. So yeah, pretty
But
cool. Pretty cool stuff.
okay, and then the next week happens, and who won that? Memphis?
Yeah, Memphis won. He
First time winning. Congrats
I
to him.
know. I know. He killed it. Good for him. Another one. He did better as he gets older. It's crazy.
Yeah, but we can talk about Memphis later. but he chose to put up David A. Alexander and Nicole A. and Nicole Anthony. But I'm just like, Memphis is such like aligning with too many people.
Yeah, and his a lot of like the his logic behind putting them up kind of rubbed people the wrong way
Yeah.
in the house. So it was a little bit. He kind of became the villain that episode. I definitely noticed during nominations. Things kind of turned against him in terms of like the BB fandom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he kind of became the villain. And hey, if I don't think he's aware of it though. And after those nominations, like I feel like a lot of people started putting him on their radar when like in the feeds. So yeah, it was
What
it
do you
was
mean
interesting.
radar in the feeds? Oh,
So
like,
the live feeds,
oh
yeah.
yeah, like the contestants put them on the radar.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Put
Yeah.
him on the
Yeah.
radar.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
But how did you feel about the nominations? Like just watching as like a new person.
Oh, I mean, I wish he did something riskier, but this is honestly his.
Hmm.
That was his honestly safest thing, cause like he
Hmm.
didn't want to put
It
Janelle
was.
Kaser up because he's trying to protect them, but not protect them at the same time,
Hmm.
and didn't put up his alliance. Which, wait, do you want to talk about the alliance first?
Sure, they're the commissioners, I think is their name.
The
And
Oh my god, so many names. I should have wrote them all down. So the commissioners, Memphis and Cody, right?
okay, yeah. Who's the five? The Memphis, Cody, Nicole,
Nicole
Danny.
F, Danny,
Yeah.
Tyler. And
Yeah.
Christmas. They're the six,
And
right?
Christmas. Yeah, the
The
six.
six.
Yeah.
What did they call them? I
I don't even
totally
know. I
blanked
can't.
out. We are
I
horrible
know.
podcasters.
Honestly, there's like, but there's just so many, and half of them are fake. I just don't keep up with
I
them,
know. Like,
to
I
be
wish there was
honest.
one strong alliance. Like, Kesar, Janelle, that's a strong alliance. But then, like, that
Exactly.
six that Memphis just created, that's. It's like, it's a good alliance if they, like, were all together and,
Yeah, but
like
they're
would
not.
actually do it. But yeah, they're not.
Yeah, I feel like people are just not loving Christmas, which is
But why
crazy. But
not?
Christmas, her season, she was really controversial. She so BB was it BB 19? It was BB 19. She was on that season, and there was a lot of bullying that was going on between house guests,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like a part of the problem. So I mean, she's not hated by the BB fandom, but she's not loved either. Like, I think she definitely has like people dislike her more than they like her, but she's not hated. So that's why she's on the season, I think. But yeah, no, people in the house are definitely aware of some of the things that she did, and it's kind of made them indifferent at best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Christmas just seems like she's there. Her and Danny just seems like they're just there. Uh,
Danny's running a lot. Like the episodes don't really show it, but she's kind of running the house in
really?
her. Well, I wouldn't. Running the house is a strong phrase. I would
Okay.
say she kind of like she's aware. She's in every game talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there are some people like I hate to do this, but like Kevin and Nicole Anthony, when she was in the house, like there's just a lot of people who like aren't in those crucial conversations, and Danny is definitely like not one of those people. Like she's in every single important conversation, and
Okay, okay.
yeah,
So she knows
you see what I
everything?
mean? She does. She knows. Well, she
Well,
doesn't know
good, Danny.
everything. I know,
Okay,
but
but I think they're keeping that a secret from the viewers. So, like, when Danny reveals her secret cards, we'll all be shook to the core. You know?
yeah, but like also when people are kind of like the people who end up on the episode are normally the people who are in power, right? So if she's not in either one of those positions,
Just in the back, right?
then exactly, she's just like in the background, kind of pulling some strings, but not enough to where she's getting airtime.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm interested to see Danny. She was my winner pick. So
Danny, who was my
yeah.
winner pick? I should have watched that podcast back. But did I want Janelle to win?
I
Honestly,
don't
I
look.
still want Janelle to win. Honestly,
Hey, if she
or
doesn't
Nicole F.
win,
I feel like I said that too.
oh God, I don't like the goal
Oh
ever.
yeah,
But yeah, no, like I would love Janelle to win.
I'd love Janelle to win,
But
but
we'll talk about her
we just
in a
got
second.
sidetracked. We were talking about
Me
David and
too.
Nicole Anthony. We just had to first off to just tell all the viewers the alliances in this house. I think that's what we are trying to do. We
Yeah.
talked about Danny, Christmas, blah blah blah. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
commissioners, Cody,
Mhm.
Memphis. Then we got
Mhm.
Memphis's team. We don't remember the name, but it's Memphis, Nicole F, Tyler, Christmas, Danielle, Danny, Cody, and just that six. And then they also have
Enzo.
this.
Maybe it's
I don't
Enzo.
think Enzo's a part of that group,
You don't think? Okay.
right? It was
He
just
may.
the six: Memphis, Nicole F, Tyler, Christmas, Danny, and
There's
Cody.
so many. There's so
Then they
many.
had the
I
Sixers. They had the Sixers, which were, I think, Davon, Bailey,
It was Slick Six. That
Slick
was the name.
Six.
Yeah,
Oh,
Slick Six.
okay.
It was Enzo, Bailey, Davon, Tyler, Cody, Danny.
Wait. Oh my god, this is so confusing. Davon, Bailey. Memphis was
Wow.
in it for sure.
Yeah.
Dan-
Oh,
Danny was in it, right?
bro. We
Bruh.
should wrote all this down. We should have. There's so many. Okay, look, all these people. The moral of the story is all these people are in the same alliances. Just
Yeah.
maybe take out one person and add in another person. Like it's
Literally.
it's the same alliances. That's the moral of the
Literally. One
story.
giant alliance split into two. Just one person wasn't added into each of them.
Exactly. There's duos and trios that are kind of in this house that I think are legit, but there's like these tons of alliances.
Like the six
So
people, literally fake friends.
fake
Fake
friends.
friends. Like you have Bailey Davon, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good duo.
Janelle
Then you have Janelle.
Kaser, good one. Cody Memphis, good one.
Yeah, Cody and Enzo, they're together too.
Cody Enzo, good one. Yeah.
Then
Tyler with
they're
everyone, worst
yeah,
one. Oh,
yeah.
Nicole Cody, good one.
Yeah. Nicole
Uh,
Franzel.
so
Danny and Nicole definitely super duper tight, so they're a good duo. And then
David,
you have
whoever,
then you have Ian, which
Ian,
we haven't
whoever.
even brought up his
I
name yet. Yeah.
know. I feel like he's in the background, but like he's playing his own game.
Well, he's linked up with Nicole Franzel because
Oh
they're
yeah,
the only
the
two
the
winners.
winners.
Yeah.
Nicole, Ian, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Yeah. They're I think Ian's more loyal to her than she is to him, but we'll see
Yeah,
how that
because
develops.
who
That's
else
the
is
story.
like Ian doesn't have a fallback, right? He just
Mm-mm.
has Nicole to trust.
Yeah. And then I think David and Tyler are pretty tight too.
Oh yeah, that's a good
Mhm.
one.
Yeah. Like it's just duos in this house, I think.
Like
Um
duos? Yeah. Is there any trios?
um so Christmas, Nicole and Danny are kind of forming something on the feeds. It's not official, but that's kind of what's happening.
Girl squad.
Yeah. And then Bailey, Kaser, and Janelle have kind of started to form something too, which is would
Ooh.
be interesting. Yeah.
Davon's
Janelle
not gonna
said,
jump on that?
well, they don't trust Davon anymore. So Janelle and Kaser were trying to flip the vote for Nicole A to stay, which is a great segue into like what happened after the nominations happened. Um, they were trying to flip the vote to keep Nicole Anthony.
Nicole Anthony, yeah.
Yeah. And so Davon was just like the one who, if she would have said yes, then they felt like all these other people would have said yes, you know? Because no one wants to stick their neck out and the vote not end up being like the person you voted out to go home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Bailey was like all on board, but Davon wasn't. and that lost a lot of trust that Janelle and Kaser had in her and Davon. So it's kind of become Janelle, Kaser, and Bailey. And Janelle even said that she leaves the house, which this didn't end up on this episode, which it may end up on the next one. He probably won't, but she said if she leaves the house and there's like a power that she can give someone, who like is still in the house once she like gets evicted, she'd give it to Bailey. So that's like real trust over Kaser.
Who said that?
Janelle said that. I don't know what I just said. Did that make sense? My
Yeah, so
chronological order.
Janelle and Kaser are good, but Janelle would give the power to Bailey instead of Kaser if it came down to it.
Yeah, only because she feels like Kaser's already ruined his game, which is also the reason. Like, also was during the time that Nicole was trying to kind of campaign to stay. Um, he ruined his game in the process, which I would argue he was already in a tough spot before
How did he
the
ruin
Nicole.
it?
Well, so he was trying. Okay, it's a complicated story, which I hope it ends up. Well, I don't think it doesn't end up on the episode, which is really sad. But it's actually a
Oh.
really long. So it's a story. So basically, Kaser is trying to get Nicole a. Kaser and Janelle are like fighting super duper hard to try to get Nicole and to try to get Nicole to stay, right? Nicole Anthony. And everyone in the house is like not buying it. And they're feeding Nicole Anthony like, hey, you shouldn't trust them. Hey, they're the ones who put you on the block, because theoretically, like Memphis, Kaser, and Janelle are supposed to be super duper tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was Nicole that ended up on the block. But Memphis is not really working with Janelle and Kaser. He's really working with all these other people, right? So Nicole ends up turning on Janelle and Kaser, which were the only two people helping her in the house, saying, if I win HOH, I'm going to put them both up. And she was like bad mouthing them. She called them terrible people, blah, 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 when they were the only ones who were actually helping her in the house. And so, in that process, everyone kind of like used that as a way to say, okay, so this will justify our nominations of them next week. If, if they win power, which we know what happens, but we'll get to that, right? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad for Nicole Anthony, like she just didn't trust him, which is I can understand why, but
Yeah.
it's just
I
sad to
kind of,
see.
yeah, she had okay, so she was on last season, fun fact. And her season, there was a lot of like bullying and just a lot of like emotional damage she took from that season. And she carried that baggage to this season. So she kind of projected she called it demons. She like projected like these demons that were like, that she's working through on Janelle and Kaser.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what can you do about it?
What can you do about it? It's all a
Ooh,
dream,
but can we talk about okay, I just want to talk about David for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Literally feel like he's so oblivious.
I know. I
So
know.
oblivious.
God, he was only in the house for like a week on his season, and like truly in the game. Then he did this camp comeback thing, which was a mess. But yeah, no, he was only in the house for like a week actually playing the game, so he's just so under underprepared, frankly, to be able
Yeah.
to in an all-star season, and he's really set up to fail, frankly. But
Exactly.
yeah,
Like
but I mean, if he plays his cards right, he could make it far. But
I
I
really
don't
don't
know.
think he's gonna do that.
I don't think so
Like,
either.
where's his
But
alliances? I mean, he has Tyler, but like that's because Tyler made it. Like, is David even
yeah,
creating alliances?
he trusts Tyler and Cody, and then Bailey and Davon. But Bailey and Davon are over him
Yeah,
because of more, which I think was in the episode where he just wasn't giving them anything.
exactly. Okay, who
So
put it?
it was just really dumb.
Kaser. Kaser tried to put up that saying that David was in an alliance, which he's not, but the alliance wants to save David. Is that what I'm trying to get at? That's what I
Hmm.
understood from the show. And
Hmm.
then Davon tried to like be like, no, David can't be in an alliance, even though he's not. But David didn't do anything to like make him look good, and told her to calm down, which I knew.
Yeah.
I knew from that moment you'd never like
No, you've never,
never.
never,
Like
never.
I even know that. How does David not know that?
You're like, Lance, if I know, if
Uh,
Lance knows, everyone should know.
Everyone
Like,
should know. It's like a
never,
basic man thing.
never, you
Never tell
never
a
tell a
woman to chill
woman
out.
to chill out. Like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You're basically asking fireworks to happen. But
Exactly. You're asking for the smoke. You're asking for the work. It's crazy.
yeah.
Like I said, he's not prepared to play this game.
That's what I'm saying. And David's like, oh, it's so hard. Like everyone's going through the same thing, man.
Yeah.
And they're
It's
going
just,
through it more than once.
yeah, this is like Janelle's fourth time and she's on the block and oh my god. Okay. But yeah, no. So Nicole Anthony gets evicted, right?
Yeah.
Which
So
became
sad.
I know, which it was 2 votes to keep her and everyone else voted to evict her.
And the ones
So
that voted to keep her were Enzo and who?
it was Kevin. Kevin was like
Enzo and
a
Kevin.
mhm.
Yeah, Kevin.
Enzo, I think, was just throwing a rogue vote, and Kevin was like a sympathy, ride or die type of,
Yeah. Now, if they had the votes, if Janelle Kesar voted for Nicole, got Bailey and Davon, which they didn't, because Davon.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Davon wanted David to stay because she wanted like an African American to win the game, right?
Yes,
So, do you think that's like she should have done that or shouldn't have done that?
it's
Like
a
gameplay wise,
gray, yeah, it's a gray area. I understand what she's saying.
I understand.
I understand because, like, here's the thing, right? Let's look at Cody and Enzo. They are in this alliance duo thing, right? Because they're both Italian. No one blinks an eye, right? But all of a sudden, Davon is trying to work with David because of that, like, common denominator. It is now like this big huge issue,
Yeah.
and there's like alliances that form of people with common interests all the time, and like no one says anything, but like this is a huge like topic of conversation now. So I don't know, it kind of brings up the double standards in society, but I get where she's coming from, and I think it's up to personal discretion, what you want to do. Like at the end of the day, she has to live with her decisions. Like if she can't live with herself because she does that, then like, hey, I get it, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a difference of mindset, I guess. Like some people will like they'll think, hey, I can do it, so you know it's gonna happen regardless. So yeah, it
Yeah.
really just depends on mindset.
I
I
think
don't know.
it's a great thing, like for an African American like David to win, but I just wish it wasn't David to win.
I feel like Bailey or Davon would
Should,
definitely.
yeah. I think they
But
could
you may
win it.
look. Let's be positive. We may see David like kind of get his
Shine, yeah,
footing.
he could shine.
Yeah, he could kind of get his footing and kind of figure this whole thing out as he goes along. His game is just like so blatantly bad because of the fact that like other
Everyone's
people
so
went through
good.
this process. Yeah, everyone went through this process their first time, right? So, it's just like he's just doing it in front of around people who are like 10 times better than him because they went through everything he's going through at another season. So, he may catch his footing. You never know. I
You
have
never know.
hope.
He could honestly be playing all of us, like the viewers,
Honestly,
be like,
he
I'm dumb, but he's probably the biggest, smartest, big brain person there is to ever play this game.
maybe you never
I don't
know.
know.
David, his interview last time he played, like which was last season, he can cry on command, which is a crazy thing to have under your belt. Like
Like,
that's wild.
I honestly think it'll work for Kevin. David, make you look weak, kick him out. Type of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so then Tyler ends up winning the next HOH.
Go boot like once Tyler won HOH, like it's clearly obvious who's going up.
Yeah. How do you feel about Tyler? Do you like him?
Tyler, like
Mhm.
I guess he's good. I just Nothing. He's good. That's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah. Tyler, he's a mess. Like, he definitely doesn't have the same support system he had his first time around.
Yeah.
And um I don't want to like count the season before it happens, but with the position he's in right now, I don't see him, getting to final two again.
Yeah,
But
I don't see it.
anything can change. Yeah, I don't see it right now, but anything can change. You never know, but that's my opinions on him at the moment. So, I don't know. We'll see.
But Tyler winning, obvious
Mhm.
Janelle Kaser put up.
Yep,
But the
nomination.
thing that twisted my mind, which I was hoping would work, was when Janelle talked to Tyler about keeping them because they'll just keep the target on them,
Mhm.
for Tyler.
I I thought that was a great point.
That
I
was a great
mean,
point.
yeah, like what's happening right now, cuz the veto wasn't used, and it's just kind of like they're like secured on the block, and I think that they should evict Kaser over Janelle. That's just me though, because Janelle will forever and always be a bigger target than Kaser.
Oh,
Let's be
wait.
real
Did you watch
here.
the live feeds? So, like, you already know the veto?
Oh, sorry, spoilers. Yes, the veto is not okay. So Enzo actually
Okay.
wins the veto. I didn't know. I
What?
forgot that wasn't on the episode. No, it was Cody. Cody won the veto.
Cody
It was
won the
Cody.
veto.
Enzo won the last veto.
Yeah.
No, Cody won the veto.
Okay, spoilers, everyone. I'll put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the
spoiler.
title. I'll
My
put it in the
bad.
title. But yeah.
My bad. Wow, I literally forgot that that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, someone else going home. That's so sad. But Cody
I
wins the
know.
veto. Yeah.
But now we can talk about it, right? Like you can
Yeah.
talk about who you think should go between the two.
Well, that's
Like,
basically everything about the next episode was that veto. But
hey, we
we'll
can make
talk
something
about
happen.
at the next elimination.
We can talk about like different things. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll
But
figure it out.
yeah, no. Cody won the veto, and he is not planning on using it.
Of
Obviously,
course, obviously.
yeah. And the veto picks were, of course, the HOH and the two nominees, and the players selected by random draw were Cody, Bailey, and Enzo.
Hmm.
Maybe it was Memphis, either Enzo or Memphis. Yeah, so it was one of those two. But either way, Cody won. So yeah, that's what happened. And now we're having to choose between evicting our two
Now
favorite
who is
players, which
out?
is so sad. So sad.
So it's so sad.
I
But
know.
like, if you want to go back to season 7,
Hmm.
like look at like what not doing that would do. But now they're just doing it now. But like, it's boring for us, but it's good for them. Type
Yeah,
of deal.
yeah, yeah. Um, I know.
Like,
Okay, who do you want out? At least now, hey, look, we're getting your raw reaction of the veto without you having to, get to sit on it before we talk about it, right?
yeah,
So
I want Janelle to stay, but honestly, think they're gonna vote Janelle out.
they are. I think that's where the house is leaning right now. But for like the argument for Kaser to leave is that Janelle's always going to be a bigger target because once Janelle's at the house, like the big targets are just become bigger, like the
Yeah,
Codys, the Tylers, the Enzos, the Memphis. They all become bigger targets, and those guys just aren't thinking like that. So it's kind of
I
crazy.
know. It's so sad. The good thing about season 7 was that they kept Chilltown.
Exactly. Like Chilltown was always a big
A big
target,
target, so they
but
kept it to hide the
yeah,
smaller targets.
exactly. So that was like another thing that I
And they
wish they
made
took.
the show fun.
They made the show fun. Oh my
Like,
god.
these contestants, like people, are not thinking about the viewer at all. They're just thinking about themselves. Like, I want to win the $500,000. Not, I want to make the viewers experience nice and win the money.
Exactly. I feel the exact same way. Like eh, in these recent seasons, it's kind of like if you're fun, entertaining, amusing, like you're the first one to go, and it's really
Exactly.
sad. So sad.
So
Yeah.
sad. Like, I
Like
love
the
Nicole A. She brings a breath of fresh air.
I know she's so nice, and it's
Keisha, irrelevant, but yeah.
yeah, Keisha irrelevant, but Nicole A was so nice. And then, um, who else is like a Enzo's like pretty funny. He's just on the wrong
Enzo's
side of
funny.
the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have wanted him to work with Janelle and Kaser, but that aside, he's a funny guy in terms of personality. And Bailey and Davon are funny together, so that they're funny.
I feel
But
David's
that's
boring.
literally about. David's really boring. Everyone else is just so boring to me. Like, God, it's like watching paint dry sometimes. They're just so boring.
Yeah.
So oh my God, I spoiled it for you.
It's
wow.
okay. It was bound to happen.
It was bound to
It
happen.
would already happened.
The Band-Aid was gonna get ripped off. There was like a glimmer of hope in you that both of them could stay. I just like took it away.
Man, do you think that's basically everything that's happened? There's the like little pieces if you want to talk about them. Like
there are little people. Do you have any in mind, or do you want me to kind of...
Well, I want to talk about how I hate Memphis.
Oh yeah, Memphis. Ugh.
He's evil.
So...
I feel like we talked about that like a couple minutes ago, but let's bring it up again because he's evil.
He's just like, he's the grumpy grandpa. That's what they call him on the feeds. He's just so ugh. He goes to
honestly, I feel like he's like a boomer trying to be fit in.
Yeah, he really is, and I just don't like him. But Janelle and Kaser, like their take on him is he's really blunt, and he's very like they say like, oh, Gen Z, they're all very they're very sensitive and stuff, but I don't know. I think that the older season, like, it's fun because of how kind of like blunt they are. Yeah, they're really rude, and it's it's kind of funny, but it's like they're really great at separating game from like personal. Those exactly. So with Memphis, he's mixing them and he's rude about it, so it just causes problems to me.
Like, that's so like I get it. Okay, I'm gonna be like big brain when I talk about competition anymore, but like being sensitive, like it's such a thing now to be sensitive to like topics. Mm-hmm. But like I wish we could like still joke about them, but like we can't anymore, you know?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person. Yeah. Like, I feel like if you like meet the right people, it's easier to talk about topics, because I definitely know, there are some things like I'm pretty comfortable talking about that some people aren't, and it's just like, you just have to meet the right people. Yeah. I think they're aware that they're on a TV show more than anything, and that's what's causing them to kind of hold things back more.
Yeah, because they don't want to like be controversial. Yeah. They don't want to be canceled.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I won $500,000, but I won $500,000, but I'm canceled.
Exactly. Like that. I think that's also a part of the another like layer to the issue. But I feel like in real life, it's really a matter of kind of like meeting the right people and kind of, creating an atmosphere to where those conversations are okay.
Anything else we gotta talk about? It's just I just feel like it's so boring.
Yeah, they're just really boring. Do you have any predictions?
About what's gonna happen. I think Janelle's gonna go.
Yeah, I agree. Janelle. Bye, Janelle. It was. I wish. Who are you rooting for to win HOH? HOH. I say whoever makes it from Janelle Kaser. I want them to win.
Yeah.
That's my want in life.
I don't think they're gonna win. Honestly, I think Bailey might win. I just think Bailey's gonna win it.
You think Bailey's gonna win the next HOH?
What do you call it? Manifesting that Bailey wins.
That's funny. Like the next HOH or the season?
Yeah, the HOH.
Oh.
Who do you think she's gonna put up?
She said it on the feeds. She said she will put up Ian and Nicole, the two winners. Yep, that's what she said on the feeds. Ian and Nicole at Franzel, which Nicole ain't but Nicole Franzel.
My God. Okay, if you won if you were in there, who would you put up?
I would put up Tyler and Cody. They're the two most physical competitors, and then Memphis or Enzo would be the back door in case either of them won the veto.
Oh, I
That
can
would
see
for
that.
sure. Yeah, that would for sure be my
I
be my yeah.
I put up
What would you?
Memphis and Cody,
Mm-hmm.
and then my back.
Memphis is a bit better.
Yeah, Memphis or Cody. Like I don't know. They seem like two dogs going to town.
Yeah.
And my back door would either be Tyler or Nicole.
Mm.
Although I
Hmm.
want Nicole to win, but I would get her
Yo,
out.
I would
Oh,
love it if Janelle won. Oh my god, if Janelle can somehow make it through this week and win HOH, you're talking about some entertaining feeds. Wow.
yeah, but it's not gonna happen
It's not gonna happen.
just because of these people. It's not gonna happen. Like they're not big
Exactly.
brain enough to see the big picture.
No. Like they said it, Janelle Kaser said it on feeds. This is not like true all stars. No offense to these people, but
Yeah, it's not true All Stars. It doesn't feel like All Stars.
no.
It
I feel
doesn't.
like this is just another season of Big Brother.
It doesn't have the
To
passion of season 7.
It was just so real. Oh my god. It was just
Season
so
7, like so many big brains.
so many big brains. It was just such a great season.
I know. Why'd you have
Um
to show that to me first?
I
It's
didn't
all
I okay.
ruined.
I thought that this season was gonna go so much better because like there was just so much hype behind this season and it just has definitely lowered my it's just made me so defeated with how it's going so far. So
But
honestly, I thought this was
it's
gonna be
just
great.
slow, honestly. Maybe it's just slow.
When if the house divides, then I think we'll see it pick up a lot.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you what I think the show needs to make it better.
Okay, what do they
Okay.
need?
This like if this happens, the ratings will skyrocket. This is what I'm thinking.
Okay, okay.
Well, obviously, if Janelle stays, Kaser goes because Janelle somehow convinces everyone to vote Kaser out for some reason, and
And they all
because
believe it for some
yeah,
reason.
because like they can actually see that they need Janelle to win the game instead of like keeping Kaser.
Uh-huh.
But so Janelle stays, and then she wins HOH.
Yes.
Oh my god!
That'd be so
And
fun.
she puts up. Oh, she wouldn't put up. Would she put up Memphis? Wait, she knows that Memphis like betrayed her, right?
No. He told her that he's just playing alone and he's not trying to stir up any trouble. And that's what he told her, and she's believing him.
Like that's the sad thing. I feel like Janelle in season 7 knew like the inner
She knew.
workings.
She knew.
She knew
She
everything. But like now it's just like she doesn't know anything. Like they're just talking secretly about her.
I think that people are just I don't even know. I think she just wants to believe that Memphis would work with her, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I think it comes down to.
But Memphis is such a. I mean, like it's not Memphis's fault, but like I just hate how he's just
Yeah.
not aligning with her. But it's smart because everyone wants Janelle out.
Yeah, then he'd become a target.
Yeah.
I understand it, but I just wish Janelle and Kaser could stay. It'd be so much fun. They're such like, oh my god, they have such good conversations, like
Yeah, they
such
make it
deep
fun. They
conversations.
make it real.
Exactly, like they just bring such a good layer of just everything. Like they're just such better players than all these other people. To
Yeah,
me,
they're good at chess.
I can for sure see why they are so loved by the BB fan community. Before watching this season, I had obviously never like really seen them play the game, in real time. So now I for sure see it. Like I definitely understand why people just love them.
But yeah,
Okay.
what was I going with that? Honestly, I don't know how it could be interesting with just Janelle, not Kaser.
Okay, I think we're good, right? We went over everything, huh?
Yeah, too bad we didn't have like a lot. Well, I mean, we did have a lot to talk about. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
but I just wish it was tea. There's like more tea to like sip on.
Yeah. There's just not a lot of drama. It's really sad.
Maybe
The
we'll
only
find
drama
some more
told Janelle. Yeah.
next week. Like, what's gonna
Next
happen?
week.
Like, if the alliance starts breaking down,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be sweet.
It would be so nice. Oh, it'd be so nice. If I could just like see if there could be a divide, then
There
I'll
could
know
be a
who to root
divide.
for.
Yeah,
I'll
because
know who's on my side with Janelle and Kaser.
like
And
you
that's my
don't.
side.
Yeah, I just wish there was like a strong
Mhm.
alliance, but it's not.
No, they're all just trying to like
Fake friends. They're just all fake
yeah,
friends.
they're just all trying to fake friend each other. It's crazy. But hope you took your last bite because that's all the snack we had tonight.
Ooh, that is good.
I'm Jayla.
I'm Lance, and
Good night.
good night.